Hey everyone, Tyson the Subaru specialist from Subaru Prince George here. Today we're taking a look at the 2023 Subaru Outback Limited XT in the cosmic blue. As you can see, we got a little bit of the fluffy white stuff last night. But 23 Outback, you get the facelift, slightly more aggressive front end. You get those C-cut channels in the front bumper, and that's Subaru's design language right there. Everything's kind of getting those C cutouts. I am going to do a video of the new Legacy that we got. You can actually just see the tail end of it over there. It's actually in the same cosmic blue, which in this kind of overcast weather looks a little darker than it is when the sun hits it. But nice, aggressive, big grille, new headlights, and then they have this bulge on them and light diffuser there so you're not blinding people. Those LED surrounds. Now, something that may not affect a lot of you down south, if you're watching this and you're not in the north, Subaru's hood cowl doesn't extend over the wipers. Some vehicles, the wipers sit under a cowl or the hood extends, and you can't do this and leave them up. And when you do that, it makes it so much easier to clean all the snow, built up snow. Just something I really noticed this morning. So far, all of the limiteds that we've got, regardless of color, have had the black mirror cap. So normally that's an Onyx exclusive, but our limited trim levels seem to have that, at least the ones we've been getting. With the roof rack system, you've got the roof racks with the built-in integrated tie downs, front and rear, and then you actually have the bars built in. So on the driver's side here, as long as it's not frozen, you lift and pull, and you can see when you put it down, that piece pops out. But this just flips across. The other side does the exact same thing, the opposite direction, and locks in the hole there. So you have crossbars to carry things when you need them, and you can have them hidden away for aerodynamics and convenience when you don't. Very, very handy. Now, being that it is the XT, you get the XT badge. That's also indicative of the 2.4 liter turbocharged boxer engine. So we'll talk about that in a little bit. In the rear bumper, you get those little black circles. Those are your backup sensors. They'll apply the brakes between 1 and 15 kilometers an hour if it thinks you're gonna hit anything in reverse. Great feature for parking lots. Now, you do have a proximity key to open the tailgate, but the sensor won't work right this second. This isn't gonna work because I forgot to unlock it. The proximity won't work right now because the vehicle's running, and that's just a safety thing. But it is a power lift gate. You can activate it from the key fob, the proximity key, the door, or the driver's seat. Can't use the proximity or the key fob for it when it's running. You can close it, you can close and lock it, or you can pull down normally. This one just came in. The PDI hasn't been 100% completed, as you can tell. We still have plastic on the cargo tray. The floor mats are still in plastic. Owner's manuals are still in the back. This is kind of how it comes from factory. The front plate bracket hasn't been mounted. I covered this in a previous video, but I'm not a huge fan of the new way that they want us to mount the plate brackets, how they're integrated. Take a look at that, see if you can find that. I'll try to link it. This box is the wireless charger. And then this is our driver's side floor mat retainer. And you can actually see they got the little rivets there attached to the post. But lots of space back here. Good use of the size of the Outback for storage. Privacy cover hides everything from the top of the seats down. It is also two-stage. You just push down, slides up, hides taller items. So you've got some adjustability, and you can remove this if you needed. It is just that button right there. This entire thing comes out, and you can actually tuck it underneath the floor here. There's a space for it, and the tire is underneath the styrofoam tray. So the spare tire is inside the vehicle. You don't have to worry about it rusting. We've got 12-volt outlet for any charging needs. Nice hard physical tie downs, grocery bag hooks on either side if you need them. You do get the Harman Kardon audio system with the limited, and then if you pull this handle, seats fold down, and you've got a handle on this side to do the exact same thing. So you don't have to walk up front or to the second row and do that. Oh, I just clicked the lock when it beeped because it's running, it won't close, but do it like that. Second row. So, as you can see, it's virtually flat when this is folded down. You've got the anchors and the tethers for the child seats. Very easily accessible in this, but good headroom, good leg room. It is the dark leather interior in this Limited. You can get the Cosmic Blue with the Platinum, which is more of a two-tone gray and dark. The first Limited 2.5 liter video that I did have that lighter interior. Now, the outer two seats are heated with high and low settings. You have a USB A and C socket for charging, vents out of the center console to heat up and cool down the second row more effectively. And these second row seats are very comfortable. You've got storage on the back of both front seats. And in the event there's only 1 or 2 passengers, you fold it down, you've got cup holders built in, bottle holders in both doors, got child locks. With it being a proximity key, you can lock it just from touching these 2 lines. Of course, it's not going to lock right now because the vehicle's running, but that's a very convenient feature. Power windows, locks, and mirrors along with window lock. 2 position memory settings for your mirror and power driver seat position. Now, something to be noted about that, it will not remember your manual thigh extender adjustment or your lumbar support level. So it'll remember height, angle, tilt, just not your lumbar support level or the manual thigh extension. We still have the paper mat that it comes with in it, which is perfect for today with all the snow. I want to be tracking that in on the carpet mats. By the driver's left knee, we've got the ability to open the rear hatch, scroll wheel for the brightness of the gauges, and you can turn off the proximity sensor for the rear hatch if you find you're accidentally opening it while you're loading things on the roof. On the inside here, steering wheel, the adjustability, you've got tilt and telescopic. You can pull it towards you, push it away, adjust it up or down. Suits drivers of varying heights and arm lengths, seating positions. Headlights, you've got auto, but they default to auto. You can't accidentally be driving around with your headlights off, which is great. If you have them turned on and you shut off the Outback, your headlights will shut off as well. So there's no harm in driving around with your headlights and taillights turned on fully. In fact, in this sort of weather, I recommend it. Fog lights are right here. Steering wheel, they've changed for the 2023 model year. So the left-hand side looks a little bit different. The volume is now a back and forth button instead of a toggle. And I don't know if you could hear it, but there's some nice clicking, some tactile feedback as well. Feels nice to press. Now, this toggle now changes this upper display. Gives you different information depending what you want to look at. It's -2 right now. That's why it's snowing. Bluetooth and audio control, switch from AM to FM to auxiliary to Bluetooth, whatnot through source. Right-hand side has our adaptive cruise and our lane centering. So when you turn on the adaptive cruise, you can see that there's an image of the Outback there, and there's lines from 1 to 4. That's the follow distance behind the vehicle ahead of you that you'll follow at if you catch up while using cruise control. It's a great aid. Long distance driving, it's so much better. You're less fatigued at the end of the day. And then lane centering above 60 kilometers an hour will try to keep you between the lines if they're visible. In this weather where they can't see the lines, it's not useful. I do recommend you turn that off. I don't recommend using cruise or lane centering in this weather, but both of those systems use Subaru's 2 color stereo eyesight cameras that they've changed. This is the newest, latest, and greatest eyesight 4.0. Better field of vision, just better overall. Heated steering wheel. Whole wheel is heated this year. It is great. Before it didn't used to heat between the seam. Now it does even the top. Great addition to the 23 Outback. Now you may see a little red light there. This is the driver focus system. So you can scan your face in and it will do your memory seating position based on your face. It's pretty cool. You can store up to 5 different drivers. It'll also tell you if you're not paying attention to the road or if you're drowsy. It'll actually flash a little coffee cup up here in the center. If you're drowsy, and tell you to pull over. So you don't have to use it. You can turn it off if you don't like it, but it is a very cool system. You've got 11.6 inches of touchscreen goodness here. Now, they've made some changes to the main screen, and I'll start with those. The climate control portion. This is so much better than the previous generations. I'm not sure if they're going to bring out a software update to change the previous gens, but before, you didn't have access to your heated seats right on the front screen. It's just very, very convenient. When you click on the driver's side temp, it brings up both. Before, it would only bring up a single side. You've also got where you would like to direct your airflow on the same screen, which is a huge improvement over the 22s and 21s and 20s. Great, significant difference. Everything is controllable from there. It is, I'm quite a huge fan of it. The fan strength buttons are larger. AC's got its own button. It's great. You can deactivate the auto start stop if you don't like it. you've got vehicle controls, driving assistance, more settings. This is where you can turn off things like traction control. You can turn on auto vehicle hold. If you don't like the steering responsive headlights, you can turn them off. There's lots of adjustability, lots of settings. I'm not going to be able to cover everything in this video, but it's very cool. Main portion of the screen, you've got the My Subaru app. Don't have access to that right now because the vehicle's not registered as sold. When it is registered in your name, you'll get emails to set that up. And that'll allow you to do the roadside assistance and allow you to remote start your vehicle from your phone, in addition to a bunch of other things. Apps, you've got Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Both of those are wireless this year. Again, a great improvement. You just have to hook up through Bluetooth. Seems to work fairly well. The Limited does come with built-in navigation powered by TomTom. There is no subscription for this. It comes with the vehicle. It's quite nice. And then the top portion here, you've got 5 different screens: navigation, destination, what you're on or what you're listening to. These gauges you can change, or those widgets you can change. You can have water temp, oil temp, date, weather. That's part of the satellite radio trial. And then you get X mode, which is like Subaru's equivalent to 4x4 low in a pickup. It's for the really rough stuff. Only works up to 40 kilometers an hour. After that, it kicks out and goes back to regular Subaru all-wheel drive. You have to be going under 20 kilometers an hour. Press it, it's engaged. X mode pops up there. Get the little rough terrain icon and the downhill assist icon. When you put it in reverse, backup camera automatically pops up. Shows you the top of the bumpers so you have something to relate to. Rear assist braking is active. Parking sensors are active. And you can clean the backup camera from inside the vehicle. Doesn't seem like a big deal, but driving around on a day like today, the back does get some snow buildup. Or if you're driving down a dirt road, dust. It's great. You don't have to get out and clean it before you can use your camera. You shouldn't rely on your camera, but it is a nice aid. Below the screen, parking brake. You pull up to turn it on. Your foot has to be on the brake, and you push down to turn it off. To the right of that, this cubby will actually be where the wireless charger goes. So you won't have quite this much room. The charger does take up a little bit more room. You've got USB A and C sockets for charging, music listening, and doing wired Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. Aux cord. It is automatic. Pull it towards yourself. You get manual mode, and you have the ability to select your own gears, paddles, left and right. Left is downshift, right is upshift. Cup holders. Now, you do get a drink raiser or a cup raiser because these are fairly deep. So if you have shorter, medium-sized beverages, you'll want the raiser. It's great. You've got storage cubby. Just some more PDI stuff. 12-volt outlet in there. You have a place to run your cord so you don't crush it when the armrest is closed. Just leave that in there for now. And you do also have a card holder, a change holder right there. My favorite feature in any vehicle ever, the auto dimming rear view mirror. There is no switch to flick. If someone's got their brights on behind you, it just automatically dims. It is amazing. There is a built-in compass, and you do get the HomeLink system. So 3 different buttons. You can hook up to 3 separate garage doors to your mirror. You don't have to carry a bulky visor opener with you or have an opener attached to your visor or wherever. Just one less thing not to lose. Above that, we've got our sunglass storage. And then you have the SOS and roadside assistance buttons. So that's part of the 3-year trial to the My Subaru connected services you get with most new Subarus. We have the door switch, so the lights will come on when you open a door. Sunroof controls, the map lights, you just push up on the back to turn them on either side. And it is a manual shade, but if you drag the window, this will open and drag the shade with it. This is tilt and slide. And then I did say at the beginning of the video, I was going to show you the 2.4 liter engine. So hood release right there, little indicator. Everyone goes more towards the center when they're not familiar with the Subarus. And essentially to open the Subaru hood, I go to, when I'm facing the front of the car, I go to the right of the logo and put my hand down and move from right to left. And it's just right there. So this is the 2.4 liter turbocharged boxer engine producing 260 horsepower. Got your top mount intercooler there. And pretty much everything the average consumer is going to touch is in yellow. You've got your coolant, your oil, your washer fluid, your brake fluid. You've got your oil filter on the top of the engine. Really easy to change that. Dipsticks right there. You can actually see the serpentine belt. It's not hidden behind a whole bunch of plastic. Airbox, easy to access. And I get asked about this all the time. You take in air through the top of the grill here, and here, and the air is forced through that over the intercooler. Helps with combustion with turbocharged engines, and you get more power out of it. Better overall. So yeah, that is a quick look at the 2023 Subaru Outback Limited XT. I am Tyson, the Subaru specialist from Subaru Prince George. If you guys have any questions about this vehicle or any of the vehicles in our lineup, any of the technology, please let me know. I'm always looking for new videos to make for you guys, and I always appreciate hearing from you. So thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you guys soon.